What's going on, Comicbook.com? I'm Jim Viscardi, continuing our coverage from San Diego Comic-Con 2022, and with us here in the studio, the cast and crew of Teen Titans Go, Greg Cipes, Tara Strong, and Peter Michail. Guys, welcome back.
Don't forget Thanks for having us, but don't forget Wingman G, the real life Beast Boy.
There we go. Guys, how does it feel to have Comic-Con back?
Oh, it's such a blessing to be here.
It feels really good. You know, when everything shut down, it was really sad that we weren't getting to connect with fans. We were going to cons every weekend, and of course Comic-Con being the biggest one.
Right.
So we started our podcast, the Ship It Show, to sort of interact with fans in a similar manner, and there were a lot of virtual cons.
Yep, that's right.
But this coming back is a really big deal, that life's back, and to see all the fans and people dressing up and having fun and giving the love back, it's been this huge love fest.
That's awesome. What's the first thing you do when you came back? Do you guys go out onto the floor and try and sneak out onto the floor
we
and
had
try
our
and get some stuff?
podcast first day back.
Did.
Oh, really?
4,500 people show up for BB Ray.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
That's awesome. So I got to ask, with Comic-Con being back, obviously, a lot of people got into collecting during the pandemic and things like that. Now that Comic-Con's back, it feels like everyone's like, all right, I'm really getting into it, doing it in person. What do you guys collect?
I collect NFTs. I collect Crypto Citizen NFT characters.
All right.
I collect toys of me.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
And I also collect sunglasses.
There we go. You always have the best sunglasses.
What do you collect?
I collect sneakers and art.
Oh, all right.
Art, for sure.
That's awesome. Teen Titans Go has been a staple in my household for so long. My daughter is 7 now, and we just watched the most recent movie, the crossover with the DC superhero.
Wasn't that good?
It was great. What is it about the show that you guys think keeps it so timeless? Because I feel like this is a show that I feel like everyone still loves and is still just as relevant, just as funny, and just as entertaining from when you guys started.
Well, it's been 20 years almost. As of today, we started the original Teen Titans together as a cast. And now the kids that are watching that show now are having kids, and they're able to watch Teen Titans Go. And I feel like the whole organic process of the whole family being involved is really giving it an evergreen life. And also Teen Titans Go is so cutting edge all the time, and it's always fresh. You never get sick of it. It's like good candy.
It really is.
Yeah, no, the show's evolved beyond superheroes.
Yeah, it really has.
So it opens, just that alone opens us up to tell endless stories. You could tell endless stories even just within the DC universe.
Sure.
But that we expand even outside of that and explore ridiculous topics.
I think it was genius,
Yeah, no.
that they kept us together,
Yeah.
It's not all the time that you get to be a voice of something for 20, 30 years. And because the fans fell in love with us back in the day, they were really willing to give Go a chance, even though it wasn't season 6, which everyone was screaming for, which we'll do one day at the same time. But because they kept us all together and we all authentically love each other, it really transcends.
Yeah. That's awesome. There was news today that there's a pretty big cameo coming up with Zack Snyder. Can you tell me how that one comes about?
Honestly, it's like every other cameo or any an idea sparks, and we reach out. And lucky for us, Zack Snyder was a fan of the show. Knew about Lady Legacy, was so stoked.
Look at them legs, Look at them legs.
So that stuff was very surreal. I was super nervous, voice directing him.
Right.
But then again, Zach's a great dude, man. He made me feel comfortable. He was cool to do as many takes as it took. He had a ton of great ideas for the script. But yeah, that's all it was.
Will we get to see some kind of some Zack touches in that episode, or maybe it's some homages to some of the stuff that just visually he may be known for or whatever?
Maybe. We're not gonna call Zack Snyder over and not give you a little taste of some Snyder.
Right.
He also had a bunch of creative input. He offered a bunch of ideas.
Yeah, and they're in there. And they made the piece funnier for it.
That's awesome. Guys, what I remember it's one of the questions I've asked you guys in the past, and you always had a great answer for it. But because like you guys have continued to do more, do you continue to get kind of surprised at all, like when a script comes in and you're like, oh, we're doing this?
My jaw drops a lot.
You don't even know what's going on half the time.
I figure it out.
Yes, every time we read a script, we laugh out loud. Every time, like, can't believe we can get away with this. I don't know how y'all keep coming up with stuff that's literally laugh out loud funny.
Right.
You know.
Peter, is there stuff that like you guys feel like you get a license to do quite a bit? What's the kind of stuff that like maybe they don't let you do, or like the stuff that like, oh, that may be a little bit too far? Is there stuff like that, or do you guys feel like you've got it?
I mean, there's definitely stuff like that, right?
Sure.
Because I mean, we are we're getting to play with these beloved characters,
Sure.
you know. But by this point, we know our limits and how far we can really push it.
Right.
It doesn't seem that way because it seems like we can kind of do whatever we want. And Warner Brothers and DC together have been very supportive. No, man, it's a blessing that we get to like play just outside of some rules that maybe some of the other shows,
Sure.
you know, can't cross or whatever.
That's awesome.
Freedom.
It is. It's pretty incredible.
I think the things that are the most challenging are the things that you go after to try to like get around them, make it even more creative to like address something that they say don't do that, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. They said don't do that. How can we do it?
That's awesome. Well, guys, I know you guys have places to be. I want to thank you so much for spending time with us. Again, it's been great to have you guys back. For more on San Diego Comic-Con 2022, keep it locked into Comicbook.com.